Hi guys, this is gonna be the second video of my Let's Check In according to my yearly reading videos from April to till June. And to be honest, I made the mistake of not making notes when I was going through the months, even though I was like, after the previous video that I need to make notes. Things happened and note making just went out of the window of my brain, so I didn't really make notes, but so it's gonna be a short one. But I think I have the main things for each month, and that's enough for this one. I'm not sure I'm going to do one at the end of the year. I was thinking about doing it, like all 12 cards, but I don't think that's necessary, and because I think I would just repeat myself, but we'll see. Maybe I do a yearly roundup as well. But so I use the Oak, Ash and Thorn deck for the yearly reading, so I have all the cards ready to show you guys, even though I haven't seen them for a while. But they are coming back. This deck is coming back in August, I think. I think I'm switching to the autumn decks in August. For April, I had the Nine of Swords, but in the reverse. And the Nine of Swords, I hope you can see. Nightmares, having a lot of stuff keeping you up at night, anxiety and stuff like that. And honestly, I don't remember how the whole month went, because I got the news about my health issue, which I talked about in my previous monthly This Happened video. Literally, I think it was literally on the last day of the month, and that pretty much erased everything else that happened in April. And yes, it kept me up all night. And even though you could say that the card was more so for the next month, I still think that because I just pulled one card for each month, this signified that one big moment in the month, and that definitely was, thinking I'm having a serious health issue, which fortunately turned out to be nothing more than just, anxiety and worry, because I don't have it, fortunately. But yeah, I mean, absolutely something that literally kept me up all night, and I couldn't sleep, and I was terrified, and I envisioned everything going the worst possible way for a while. I mean, I worked on it and I snapped out of it, so to speak, after a few days, but that was already in May. So yeah, that was my April with the Nine of Swords, and that means that by next time when the Nine of Swords comes up in a reading, it will also make me think about sudden news that will keep you up all night. Not just having something that keeps you up all night, but having that information and not yet processed. I think that's how the Nine of Swords actually reads for me currently. So that's actually a really good way to expand on the meaning of the card for me. So that was April. May was the Ace of Swords in the reverse as well. And funny how I don't read the reversals anymore. That changed. Maybe in May. Maybe it could be that it changed in May, because I suddenly had that feeling. I talked about it in one of the This Happened video, but I can't be bothered to look back. How it just suddenly, literally I know I literally use literally, but literally within a few days, I was like, no, this doesn't make any sense anymore. And I want to do a bi-weekly catch-up on the topic of reverses as well, if you're interested. Ace of Swords. So like I said, May, the first part, the bigger part of May was spent with, going and getting tests, waiting for the test results, and not knowing what would happen. And the Ace of Swords is in the reverse is exactly that stage where you're not able to move, not able to do anything because you don't have all the information. You're not seeing the situation clearly for what it is, which would be the Ace of Swords. So yeah, the bigger part of the month was with that. And once I learned that, okay, I don't have what I imagined, I was able to move again with my life, because literally I was just in a limbo for weeks and I'm just terrified. And yeah, it's interesting that the Ace of Swords had that little reverse chariot feeling as well. And yeah, the Tower as a whole energy for the year which I have, the main energy that I put for this year was the Tower, which happened once already in April, and I was like, okay, this is what the Tower card is about. But moving on to June, I had another Tower moment, and that wasn't related to me. It's relating to the country and how things are just progressively getting worse and worse. And yeah, it's hard, because my sense of justice and fairness is pretty much getting kicked in the gut all the time, because the government came up with a new law that washes pedophilia and homosexuality into one thing, which is like, and prevents children under the age of 18 to be exposed to anything related to not straight, because I can't use the description any other way, which is like so harmful, because not knowing who you are and that who you are is okay can be so damaging. And if the law doesn't go away, there's gonna be children who will get damaged you can imagine in how serious, in a serious level. But yeah, that was the Tower part of the month. But and yeah, I think the Six of Cups also in the reverse, because why not? Also, part of it was because it's about children as well. The Six of Cups, the original art has children, a child and an older person sharing that knowledge with a child in the card. And that was that's in the reverse, and that was taken away from thousands of children in June. So that was the card's meaning, and it's very interesting. I never would have thought that this card would mean this, because normally I read the Six of Cups as and that's how it translated to my personal life, the what if life, the life that when you're thinking that what you already had in the past is the best, or you're thinking about, oh, if so and so things happen, my life would be very different. And for me, I'm not going to go into details because that's too personal. I know, shocking, I'm not talking about everything. But this month, especially because the Tried spread revisited, spread we're doing this month. So if you want to do some really pretty, heavy shadow work, you should check that Facebook group. It's public. You don't even have to join if you don't feel like doing that, but you have access to all the spreads there, because I'm working with something that I was tiptoeing around for a while, but this month it repeats on my mind, this what if life, so to speak. And it's not easy. It's in the reverse because it's not a good thing, and it needs to be dealt with, and both in the country level and on my personal level. So yeah, that was the past 3 months. just looking at the cards, I wasn't expecting so heavy months, to be honest, out of these three. So knowing that my next one is the Hermit in reverse, the Death for August, and the Nine of Wands in the reverse for September, I'm like, geez. But I'm filming this on the 2nd of July, and I already kind of feel, right now I feel that the Hermit in the reverse is not what I was thinking when I, did the yearly reading, that finally restrictions are going to be lifted, which are, but I thought that that would be, a good thing, because that would mean that we would be moving more freely around. But I'm kind of feeling like right now that this is the month where I will have to go out, and I have to meet people, and I have to do things, because I not have to in a way that I'm forced to, but when I'm forcing myself, because I know that in the long term it's good if I meet these people, I do these things. But currently all I want to do is just shut down every window, and to be honest, just go away and just sit and get some rest, and I'm not able to do that. So that's what I'm expecting from July, but we'll see in the next 3 months. Quarterly reading. Hopefully I will make notes because that would make my life easier. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and please share your personal experience with the cards if you have any, and they are not too personal, because I love hearing about how personal experiences add to card meanings, because I think that's how we get better readers, when we can understand ourselves through the cards better, because then we'll have a better understanding of the cards, not just our meanings but the general meanings as well. If this makes any sense, could be that it not, but hey, thank you so much for watching, and bye.